Hi everyone, happy Saturday. And for all those dads watching us today, happy Father's Day weekends to everybody. Sending kisses to my dad who's watching from Salem. Hi. So welcome everyone to East Texas. I'm DC Gomez, for those of you who don't know. I am an indie author. I am also what most people are not familiar. I'm a speaker, I'm a mentor, I'm a coach. Above all, I'm a dreamer, which is the reason I've really started this series. I wanted to help people to truly live to their best potential, to find their dreams. You know, I figure if I can do it, I'm this little immigrant girl from the Dominican Republic, I can help anybody achieve their goals and successes. So I'm hoping you guys are joining me with me. So today's topic is going to be all about barriers, how to overcome them, facing them and being realistic. So we're going to kind of go over 16 of them today. Before we get started, if you're watching this live or if you're joining us, put in the comments. Let me know where you're coming in from. Send me a note. So one of the things is at any point in time during the show, you have a question, I'm going to be looking over at the comments. So if you see me looking around, just put a question in there, put a line, let me know if you have any comments, any questions, concerns, or if you just want to send me a note privately, go ahead, send me in the Facebook page. I'll be there to answer. I'll be looking at the notes throughout the week as well. So if you have any concerns, if I cover anything, you're going, DC, I didn't get that. Like, go over that or give me more information. That's what I'm here for. So let me know at any point in time. So go ahead, put in some comments, give me some hearts, some smiley faces. Let me know that you're joining us, and that way we know who is here with us. And we're going to get started before we jump into the lesson. So the last couple of weeks, we've been covering different things. So let me give you a quick recap. We started out this talking about all about doing it afraid. So 90% of what I do, of what I've been doing, I tell everybody I have done terrified. Let's be honest, you know, I had an idea, I had this dream, I wanted to be a writer, and then I ran out of excuses. So I had to just start doing it because fear was not going away. As much as I wanted it to, it wasn't going anywhere. So doing it afraid became the motto, became something that I embraced. So that was number one, doing it afraid. Find a dream, find your goal, find your wish, then do it. So the next time we talked about persistent. Persistent is what I call the secret ingredient to success. It is that secret sauce. To me, is my secret power. It's the thing that's going to keep you going when things hit the wall. So persistent is something that we all have and you all can develop. It is a skill. Last week, we talked about goal setting. Here's another skill. Goal setting, my friends, it is definitely a skill, believe it or not. It is something you can absolutely develop. And I truly believe goal setting and goal achieving are two separate things. So do not feel confused. So it's okay. So, and I gave you the acronym SMART. So it is be specific, has to be measurable. So it is attainable, is relevant, and is time bound. So it is a little quick cheat to think about when you're doing some goal settings. How do I set goals that are realistic? So goal setting is a process. It is all you're going to be using to help you achieve your goals in life. So by the way, Miss Sonia is joining us. Hi, madam. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad you joined us this morning. So let me know if you have any questions, plug them in. Because today we're going to talk about, by the way, remember, if you have any questions, if you missed any of the videos, if you want to go back, if you're curious what SMART is all about, because we broke it down, it's on the platform. Go back anytime. Make sure you write it in. Take a look at it, take some notes. I'm trying to give you as much practical approaches and exercise as I can. So Miss Cindy is also joining us. Hi. So I'm all excited to have you guys with me today. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing. So we're going to do barriers or weaknesses. And I'm going to be using Think and Grow Rich. I know I brought it up last time and everybody goes, I thought we were talking about barriers. Why are we talking about riches and money? I am actually a huge fan of this book. It is about 75 years old. Napoleon Hill wrote it. He did research for over 10 years to compile it. He interviewed over 20,000 people in the book. So he interviewed some of the leaders in his time. He interviewed Ford. He interviewed Edison. He has all these ideas and examples. The reason why I like it, believe it or not, yes, it's an old one, but the principles still apply. He wasn't looking so much at the technology. He wasn't looking at the time. He was looking at basic principles that are very human in nature, which is the reason this book is still very, very relevant. So if you haven't read it, it is a tiny little book. You can pick it up anywhere if you want. It is still, you can get it on Amazon. I'm a huge Amazon fan in case you guys didn't realize. So, but you can still get the book. One of the things that he says it is 16 things, 16, he calls them weaknesses, 16 things that can hold us back from achieving our true goals and potential. So today I want to go over them. So I'm going to be going back and forth between kind of a little quick PowerPoint that I have to kind of give you some slides. So I hope you guys don't mind. If I move too much, I apologize. Just kind of bear with me. So I want to give you a little bit insight. So when Napoleon Hill was coming this together. So we're going to go over 16. Let me be honest, my friends. He says, at the beginning, when you're looking at these, take a true stock. Analyze yourself, be truthful for yourself. This was hard. The first time I did it, I had like 7 of them. I was like, oh my God. So you gotta remember, I read this book before I decided to pursue my career as a writer. And I was trying to figure out why was I stuck. I knew the tools. I had the knowledge. I had the skills. If I committed to doing something, I was going to do it. But somehow when it came to following my dreams and achieving them, I got stuck and I couldn't figure it out why. So as I was looking back, I'm a true believer in research. I'm a true believer in kind of figuring things out. Why am I not getting past my own barriers? So when he stated this, it was kind of interesting because it kind of made me truly take good assess of myself and go back and say, what is it that is holding me back? What are the things that I have learned? Especially reading Napoleon Hill, I recently read The Science of Getting Rich. All the things, or even if you read The Secret, the book that came out a couple years ago, they all have one thing in common. The one thing they keep telling us is it's all about what we think. Everything starts in our thoughts. So here's the part. Your thoughts are going to drive your actions. Your actions are going to drive your habits. Your habits are what's going to drive you to the future. So what you're thinking, my friends, is truly the things that's going to push you forward or hold you back. I did not realize this. It was one of those epiphanies that I went, wait, what? I'm thinking these thoughts? I'm holding myself back? That can't be. So let's go over this. So if you see something that catches your eye, or if you're like me, this is one of yours, put some raise hands emojis in the comments so I can see I'm not alone. And if you're not suffering from this, don't worry about it. I could be just me. Trust me. I felt that way when I was reading this. So let's start. So here's what Napoleon Hill says. Number 1, failure to recognize and to clearly define exactly what you want. This might sound a little obvious, okay, but here's the catch, my friends. A lot of the times I hear a lot, I want to be rich, or I want to be successful. And you ask people, doing what? And they honestly will give you those looks like, I don't know, whatever. Whatever's not going to get us there. It's like saying, I'm going to go on a field trip. I'm going to go get in my car and drive south. Where are you going? Wherever the GPS takes me. Well, where did you put in the GPS? Absolutely nothing. I'm just going to drive south. Yeah, that's not going to help us. So when he's talking about being specific, you got to start from the beginning. So when I decided to start writing, I honestly had to come up and be like, what does success mean? And even to this day, I'm reassessing this and I'm redefining it because I'm having to be true to myself. So let's jump to number 2. Number 2, procrastination. Please tell me I'm not the only one facing this one, because this seems to be the Achilles heel of every writer. This seems to be what we all face. Procrastination, my friends. This is what usually is with or without excuses. I'm really good at coming up with excuses. So have you had a new project? Have you decided, I'm going to start this new fill in the blanks, and for whatever reason, it happens to me all the time, I'm going to start a new book. Guess what I do? I have to do laundry, I have to do dishes, I have to call somebody. I'm organizing shelves that I haven't touched in 6 years. It is procrastination. What I ended up doing here, believe it or not, I had to do backwards planning. I literally had to find a way to focus myself and then take away the guilt. I was becoming thank you, you're right there with me. I was becoming very good at feeling guilty for not doing stuff. So this is what I ended up saying. Instead of trying to beat myself up for not getting things done, I said, okay, I got 2 weeks. I honestly can get this done in a week. So I'm going to start on a Monday. So the first week, didn't worry about it. I could not continue to beat myself up because the guilt was just as bad as not doing it. So procrastination is one of the big ones that's going to hold us back. Let's jump back in. Look at number 3. This is an interesting one. So number 3, lack of acquiring specialized skills. This is a little unique because when I first read this, I thought I needed to get the specialized learning to actually be able to accomplish my dreams. That's not what he means at all. So Napoleon has a different take on this. He says knowledge can be very affordable and cheap. What he's talking about is if you need some knowledge, so if you need some specialized information, you can hire it. Here's what opened the doors to my entire life, and my brother pointed this out because I thought I needed to do it all. He's like, you can hire people. I was like, I need to edit this book. He goes, you know, there's these things called editors. Have you considered hiring one? So Napoleon Hill is specialized knowledge can be hired. You can outsource that. You can get it, but you have to be interested in doing it. You have to be able to say, I'm missing A, but I need it. So one of his big examples is, Ford. Yes, Ford was not an engineer, but he was able to hire a lot of engineers to achieve his mission. So think about it that way. Jumping over to our next one. Look at number 4, indecision. This is probably one of the ones I see a lot in the workforce. I call it paralysis by indecision, my friends. We have seen amazing leaders all the time. They have great plans, they have great theories, they have visions, but they cannot make a decision. So nothing happens. You're stuck. You're waiting for somebody else to do it. In your own personal life, it's easy to do that. You can have a lot of dreams. You can have lots of ideas, but you have to pick one. You have to make a decision. So paralysis by indecision can be a really serious one. So Miss Cindy just pointed in there, procrastination. I think this is probably the Achilles heels of 90% of us. It is getting started. That's the hard part sometimes. So let's see what he says about number 5. Relying on alibis. That's pretty much, we can all come up with excuses. We can all come up with a reason why. And the good news is we're very good at making them sound coherent. My mom tells me all the time, and she's probably watching, so hopefully she doesn't send me little hate mails pretty soon. So she told me a long time ago, since they invented excuses, nobody ever looks bad. And it took me a minute to realize, I was like, ooh, that kind of hurts. He's like, no, you're never going to look bad if you have a really good excuse or a really good alibi, especially when you believe in yourself. So I had to be very cautious, especially when procrastination kicks in, because I'm good at having really good excuses. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? So this is what he's talking about. What alibis? What are we relying on to putting our dreams on hold? So I told you, some of the things Napoleon Hill is pointing out are kind of hard. I was like, dude, why can't this be easy? Well, if they were easy, we wouldn't be here. So that's kind of the catch. So let's jump to number 6. Self-satisfaction was an interesting one because he says there is no cure for somebody who's suffering from this. You just have to realize it, admit it, and go ahead and face it. So we're going to move to indifference. This is one of the things that I thought was very interesting. One of the things he says is indifference is being able to compromise on your dreams without having to fight. You know what I mean? Somebody says, hey, this is not going to work. You're like, oh, okay. And just drop it. You know what I mean? I did not see that as a barrier, but how many people do we know have a dream and somebody tells them the slightest little thing what they could be something might not be working, and instead of trying to say, okay, I'm going to face it, I'm going to do this, they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's not going to work, and they just drop it. So one of the things Napoleon has said, how often are we sacrificing that? Are we willing to actually say, okay, I'm going to be very intentional in my life? So let's jump over, my friends, to number 8. See what he says in this side. Blaming others for our mistakes. Woo! This is a really hard, painful. It is a very, very slippery slope, my friends, to fall into this category. It is very easy to actually blame others for things that happen in our lives. It is very easy to become a victim. It is very easy to feel that we have no power in what is happening to us. So when he's talking about blaming others, once again, with or without excuses or alibis, can we truly say, some of the things that are happening to me, I have some control? And that's what he's talking about. Can you take some responsibility? And if it's really happening to you, something happened, can you learn from it to get better? So when Napoleon is talking about this one, I've seen it a lot. I've seen a lot of people who completely give up and just blame somebody else, regardless. And it becomes a habit. They do it so often enough, they get very comfortable. So be very, very careful. So let's jump to number 9. Weakness of desire. This one took me a little while to figure it out. What exactly was weakness of desire? What I finally realized is, what are your motives? What exactly are our motives toward achieving our goals and our dreams? One of the things that I've noticed is if our goals are not a match with our true values, they tend to fall away. They're not going to last. It's not something you're going to commit. They're hard to maintain. We all say we want a lot of money. It's a normal reaction. We all say it, we all do it. But it's really hard to say, I want money for the sake of money. It's a little bit hard to truly commit to that because, you know, in the back of our minds, we have all these voices talking. One of the things that can change is, hey, looking for money because I want to help my family. You know, I want this because it's going to give them a better life, or I want this because it's going to help us improve, has a much better value targeted to your motives than anything else. And you'd be surprised, it's easier to achieve your goals when you're trying to figure out who you're going to help. I have found out all the time, my friends, I am willing to sacrifice a lot more for the people that I love, sometimes than for myself. I don't know what it is about us, but we tend to be creatures and we tend to be loving creatures and we want the best for our family. So when you're thinking about your motives and you're trying to say weakness of desire, go back and look at it and say, hey, is this in tune with my true self, and why is it not achieving, and what is it going to get? So Miss Icy George just joined us from Houston. Hi, I'm so excited. Texas is represented really well today. This is really fun. My Massachusetts people have let us down. So Mom said she was going to say hi. I think she's officially still ignoring me this weekend. So we'll see what happens. So let's jump. What do we have next? Look at number 10, my friends. What is he talking about? Willingness to and eagerness to quit. Here is one of those that, you know, obviously is going to stop your persistence. How quickly are you willing to give up? How quickly are you willing to, when things go bad, you throw in the towel? Usually this is the part where we say, you know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to commit for the next 30 days. And in 30 days, we see no results and we're done. You know, how willingness it is. You know, this is the part that I find it very interesting. How quickly are we willing to quit when situations go bad? Next one for us is lack of organized plans. You guys know that I'm all about writing things down. You all know that, hey, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to say, take a paper, write it down, put your goals in writing, don't just make wish lists. Here's what he says that I really enjoy about this one, is you're able to analyze it. He truly says, write it down, have an organized plan, put some things into paper and take your time. Why? Because you can go back and figure out what worked and what didn't work. I have notes and notebooks all over the house when it comes to the business. And people think I'm a little anal and crazy. And if you see it, you're probably going to laugh like, yeah, DC, that's a little too much. But I am tracking everything. I am tracking, my friends, how my promotions are doing. I am tracking if my campaigns are doing well. Did the book pre-releases, you know, did the pre-orders went well? What didn't I achieve? Did I connect with people? Why? In order for me to make some changes in my career, in order for me to change some changes in my business, I need to know where I'm at. So organized plans are huge. And it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't need a software. You don't need a platform. You don't need to master Excel. Piece of paper. You know, I'm all about note cards, pieces of paper, simple. Pen and paper never hurt anybody. So, hey, why not? Let's give that a shout. Ooh, Mr. Greg is joining us. Hi, darling. So I'm telling you, Texas is representing us today. So let's jump. Let's see what he says next. Look, my friends, at number 12. Number 12 is an interesting one. Here's all about opportunities. This is what he's talking about. Not moving on ideas, not jumping on an opportunity. Think back, and you can go back whichever way you want to look at it. Somebody offer you a new, usually everybody thinks about stocks, like, hey, the new stocks came out and you missed the opportunity and everybody kicks themselves. That's an obvious one. But think about the last time you had an idea. Whether you were writing a project or whatever, we get this all the time. You had an idea for a new book or you had this excitement and you just kind of let it go. And then 6 months, a year later, you see somebody write the same book. You're like, oh, that's my idea. He's talking a lot about, are we willing to jump in opportunities or do we let this go? You know, it is not just enough being persistent. You kind of have to pick it and start. So think about those opportunities. Think about some of the missed opportunities you might have had. And why? What is stopping you? Because it might be an underlying current. Next one for us, wishing instead of willing. So I am an adult educator, my friends. Ooh, Miss Sonia, you have a great idea in mind. I'm hoping you say you have a great idea. I'm hoping you're getting ready to commit to this great idea. I'm hoping you're writing it down. I'm hoping you're letting this idea take seed, because I have a couple more. We're going to come into a little things in here that I'm hoping will help. So hold on to that one. But yes, if you have a great idea, this is the best place to start. So 13 was willing instead of wishing. As an adult educator, the first thing I learned in class, which blew my mind. So we're used to kids going to school and they're taking all these classes and they're taking all these tests. It's a very different mentality when you are a teenager in your 20s and you're going to school than when you become an adult. One of the key rules they tell us is adults have to be willing and able to learn. Here's the catch. We make the decision. Nobody else does. So the willingness is we all have abilities and skills. We all know things that we're supposed to do, but do we want to do it? Are we willing to do it is the catch, my friends. So for this one is, let's be honest, we all might not be willing to. I tell you guys all the time, I know what it takes to get a six-pack. I'm not willing to do what it takes to get a six-pack. I am perfectly comfortable with that. But I had to become very comfortable to be in the place that I am and embrace it. Truly say, this is what I can, this is what I cannot do, this is what I'm willing to do. Are you willing to do it? Those are the things he's talking about, because it's a choice. As an adult, we have choices. As a kid, you might be able to tell your child, your grandbaby, you're going to school. My middle brother used to say all the time, I've learned everything I can. I don't need to go back to school. And he was 9. So that theory did not fly in our house. So needless to say, Miguel still went to school. As an adult, you have options. What are those options? So what is the next one? Let's jump in here. Look at number 14. Remember, he's talking about Think and Grow Rich is all about money. So 14 says compromising with poverty. You can actually change that to anything. You can put in here poverty, you can put in their ambitions. What he's talking about is you're literally settling. You decided that this is as good as I'm going to get and I am done. One of the things that is really hard, we live in an amazing, if you're watching the US, for everybody watching the US or wherever you're watching me from, we're in a place in our history, in our time, that we do have opportunities, that more than anything else. So one of the things that I see a lot, I have a lot of people that says, I'm doing better than my parents. And they settle. They kind of settle for it. And they tend to settle in their own dreams. You know what I mean? If it didn't happen in their 20s or it didn't happen in their 30s, in their minds, I'm too old. I'm just this is not going to happen. My friends, I was literally 37, 38 when I started writing. Is there such thing as age? I keep joking with my dad because, everybody goes, oh my God, you're in your 40s. I remind everybody, age is a number, but I'm like a wine, which is going to get better. So anytime somebody tells you to settle, you're just getting better. You're just getting started. You're just getting ready to achieve. Don't let those people talk to you. So send them somewhere else. You can send them to me. I'll tell them my wine story. Let's look at 15. Searching for shortcuts. This is an interesting one because when I first read it, I'm like, shortcuts. You hear like the military says you want to work smarter, not harder. You want to do this. You hear all these little sayings. We all have them. This is what Napoleon is saying. Shortcuts, think about people that are trying to find a bargain. He's even talking about gambling. So this is where he's coming from this perspective. When I finally dove deep into this one, I realized it is one of our laws. Think of the law of, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Or think of karma. You're going to get what you put into it. Good, bad, or indifferent, whether we like to admit it or not. We're going to receive exactly what you're putting out into the universe. That's just a lot, this is what you're going to go. It's just a flow and a process. One of the things that he talks about is a lot of people you will find spend a lot of time finding shortcuts to get out of things. The funny thing is, if they took the time that it took them to find a shortcut and apply it to what they were doing, they'll probably be done. That's just the nature of the beast. If you truly spend less time looking for a shortcut and actually getting to do your own projects, you'll probably be done. So this is what he's talking about. How often are you looking for a shortcut instead of actually achieving it? So last but not least, and this is probably the biggie. This is the one that if you're with me, give me some emojis right here because this is it. Fear of criticism. So Miss Sonia, we talked about your big goal. This is the one that I want you guys to protect. I am right here, giving you some hands. Fears of criticism is definitely me, and this is what he says, and he spends a whole lot of time talking about it. And I can see it in my own life. So many people have let their dreams get crushed or are afraid of taking a step for what people might say, whether it's a family member, is a friend, a partner, a loved one, or even society. You'd be surprised, my friends, how many people are terrified of criticism and what others are going to say. We are officially in our society, and I have Facebook, and I'm asking you guys to give me some likes and give me some shares and all that fun stuff. We're now living in a place that a lot of people do things for clicks and likes, and a lot of their lives revolves around how many people saw their posts, how many people liked their posts, did they enjoy it, what did they said. This can be extremely dangerous to our self-esteem and our ego, especially if we're still trying to grow and get out of that. So fear of criticism, what people are going to think, has driven a lot of people to not taking that step. Last week I talked, and I kind of spent a lot of time telling you guys this. We have a lot of people who take a lot of pleasure in killing dreams. And sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. They're always telling you, I'm going to play the devil's advocate. My friends, the devil does not need an advocate. I don't need you to play that role. Do not play that role. Just be honest. Anytime somebody tells you, I'm going to play the devil's advocate, remind them, the devil doesn't need an advocate. Stop it. There's some things that when your idea is starting, when you're getting ready to give it birth, be careful who you tell. You don't need a devil's advocate. Nobody needs that person to crush your soul. You need somebody who's going to help you heal it, help it grow it, help it bring it to life. That's what you're looking for. You don't need anybody to tell you the 100 reasons why it can't happen. Yeah, that's great. Not today. That's not what you're looking for. So fear of criticism. Sometimes, how do I avoid it? Be careful who you tell them. Be careful who you tell your ideas, but always be aware everybody has an opinion. They are completely entitled to their opinion. You are completely entitled to ignore them. That's the catch. Be aware that everybody's going to tell you how you can and can't live your life, the things that you can and can't do. That's great. You can ignore them. I give you permission. You have my undivided permission that you don't got to listen. Why? You have to do things, going back to those motives. Find those things that are true to your value, that actually resonates with you. And follow that heart. Follow that promise that has been put in your soul. Nobody knows what you're capable of doing. I am an optimist to the core. I kind of joke about it. I am officially that person. My glass is not only half full, is overflowing. It's just going to be that way. I am also a very empath. This is one of my blessings and my curse. I tend to be, my brother says I'm an emotional Kirby. I suck up energies and emotions from people and around me. So I have to be careful of the people who are in my immediate bubble all the time. Because if they say something for any reason and I'm not careful, those informations tend to fall into my subconscious and I tend to believe it. And I tend to listen, and I tend to have to become wary. Sometimes what they say does not mean it's about me. It's how they see the world. Remember, we all see the world the way that is based on our histories and our assumptions. So here's a quote that I want you guys to hear. Now, you probably heard it before, and if you hadn't, just kind of bear with me. It's just entertain me for a minute. This is from the poet William Ernest Henley, and it was written in 1875. The first time I actually heard it was by Nelson Mandela. So recently, I honestly thought Nelson Mandela wrote this. He said, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I love that quote completely to the core. By the way, when Henley wrote it, he was suffering from tuberculosis. He was suffering from TB. He was in this stage in his life, and kind of that facing death kind of mentality is what he was looking at it. Why do I love this? Is we have control of so much in our lives, but it starts with our thoughts. When Nelson Mandela said the quote, he was in jail, and he still said, I am the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. We can control, regardless of the situations that we're facing, how we react to them, how we see that side of the world, and how we truly move through our lives. My recruiter said, and everybody says, military recruiters are evil. I love mine to this day. He's amazing. But he said something that changed the way I saw the world in the military, and to this day in my life. He said the military is the only place that's 50% good, 50% bad. Is what you make of it. You have a decision. If you're going to make it an amazing career, you're going to love it. If you go in there thinking it's going to be sucking, it's going to be horrible, you're going to hate it. It's your choice. And I've never had somebody tell me, You have the choice of how you see the world. And when he said it, I was like, oh, okay, I have a choice. In case you're wondering, my military career, my active duty, 4 years, and even my year in Iraq, I don't have any regrets. I don't have any worries. I love them. But I had to make a choice. So we went through 16 barriers, 16 weaknesses that Napoleon Hills we all face. We want to kind of give you a little insight on all of them, what he sees them and what he doesn't see. I want you guys, if you have some time, whether today or whenever you guys can come back, go back through them. Take your time. Do an assessment. I'm telling you, the first time I did it, I wrote 7. Every once in a while, I do them every so often, and I'm going, oh my God, am I ever going to get past this? We all have them. We're all going through our lives, and we're all going through these motions. But be comfortable with yourself. It's an assessment of where you're at so you can get to where you want to be. Be very comfortable and aware that you're in a growing process. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you are in your life. You're all in a growing process. We're all in this stage. But he says if you're able to look at it, if you're able to face them, it is truly going to get you to the next step. In order to correct something, first you have to be aware that you're facing it. So next week, my friends, we're going to stick with Napoleon for a little while longer. Hope you guys don't mind. Please. I enjoy him a lot, so I hope you guys don't mind. We're actually going to talk what he called the 6 ghosts of fears. He says there's 6 innate fears that most of us have, one or the other, that we face, that actually holds us back from truly achieving our dreams, truly reaching our goals. In his case, truly being rich. So that's what we're going to go over. What are these fears that we're facing? A lot of the things he talks about, because he's talking about thoughts and thinking and our thoughts, if you can truly figure out what is holding you back, you're able to move forward. So that's what I want you guys to looking at it. So if you have any questions, I'm so glad you joined me today. Thank you so much. Once again, to all of our fathers, happy Father's Day. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Many, many blessings, many, many joys, and we truly appreciate all of our dads. You guys do an amazing job. So thank you for joining me today. I had a blast. Thank you for everybody. Texas holding it down. Thank you guys. So anybody else that you're watching, let us know. Join us, put some comments in there. Send me a note if you have some questions. If anything that I covered didn't make any sense, send me a note. I'm glad to talk about it. So if you have any questions, also remember, I do write. I tend to forget that. So if you have any questions about my books, here's my website. You can find me anytime. But at the end of the day, I hope this was helpful. I hope you feel a little bit more empowered, that you do have control of the things that are happening to you. Life is all a growing process. And the hardest thing for me, because I'm a type A personality, I have a goal and I want to achieve it, is to remember that life is not a destination. It is all a journey, and is finding the things that we do to make it better each day. So as we get ready, by the way, happy first day of summer. Enjoy it. Happy weekend, Miss Cindy. Happy weekend to all of you guys. I am so grateful you guys always join. Thank you for your support and your love, and enjoy. So if you have any questions, stay in touch. Thank you, everyone. See you next week.